they mirror and turn that way. But if they were copying me, you're going to turn your left foot in front of your right is what I'm saying. So if I'm like you, we're going to turn, right hand comes around, your hands come together and you're in this tandem stance position to the side. When I do it from the pool deck, because I'm facing you, I go like this, but I always move myself down in the pool so that nobody is actually turning their head to look at me because I want the visual focus to be on where their hands are. So I move up and down the pool deck, but you're not going to move in the pool. So you're now in this position. You come from here, round to here. And the key components there are to making sure that you pivot on your feet. Your feet are facing the windows. You're making sure that you're not internally rotating that front, the left hip or knee. You want your back leg, your back thigh, your right thigh to be pretty much vertical. And your left leg has a bent knee, just comfortably, and you won't stop it down through the middle. This is where people get a bit tricky in actually turning position, but I sort of say imagine your feet up on X's, and they're going to stay on those X's, and all you're doing is just pivoting and turning around. So what we often see might be, people might be too far back on that leg, or you might be too far forward, or this leg's here, like that. So making sure that your back thigh is vertical is a good key. Anything else, Julie, on that?
Probably a couple of you are still slightly turned out. We want to be fully this way, with our both knees pointing in front direction, as opposed to being here with that back knee. Make sure you're here. And neutral spine. So not hyperextending, sit into your neutral spine.
And palms are facing down and hands are together. So for verbal cues, I may say to people, so we're turning to the windows and we bring right hand around to meet left, pivot your feet, turn your body, turn your feet, and that tends to give people the right sort of cues, turn your body, turn your feet. So we end up in this position now, and then we're going to gather. So the first move in this position is gathering. So palm turns up, and the left arm opens out the back, and palm turns down, and the hand comes back to meet the right hand. So that visual focus still stays on your right hand where the water, you're sitting out in front of you with the water. Opening.
Feel the change of buoyancy now, and the balance challenge is starting. So think about centering deep into your pelvis. As they gently draw the pelvis forearm, start activating the stabilizer a little bit more. Think about central stability, centrally mediated movement. So get your stability from deeper in your pelvis, and then when you stay unstable, press down through your feet and find the floor.
So make sure you put some weight through that front leg, your heels on the floor and your knees bent. And the mindful side of gathering is you're gathering things out in front of you into a healing area, and the next move is free, we encourage you to let those go. So I may encourage people to gather their pain, gather their frustration, gather their anxiety, put it all together out in front of them, because the next move called freeing is where you can let all that go. So when your hands are together next, open up to the front. So we open, turn your feet back around to the front, and we come back to that open to front position. Then we turn the other way. So we're always going to mirror what we do, left to right. So then your left hand comes around to meet your right hand, and you're now in the exact same position, you're just facing the other way.
So you're pivoting lightly on your feet so there's no stress on the knee joint.
And I tend to encourage people to, and this is probably just one of my little quirks that I unleash, is that I get people to follow their hands. So we come from this position, I get them to watch that right hand as they open fully to front, then look at their left hand and turn the other way, and I find that that helps them get that pivoting right, and it makes them maybe a little bit more about where they're going and what they're doing. So then we gather to the right. So opening the right arm, breathing in, and closing the right arm, breathing out.
Always opening on the side of the leg in front. So the right leg in front, you're opening the right arm.
Just double check your right foot position. Make sure you haven't internally rotated. Make sure your right knee is bent. Your left thigh is vertical. You're opening out as wide as you can. scapula's pulling down, back gliding around. And gathering